helpful if you could record this. Thank you.
Recording. Yeah, no
All
problem.
right. So RA is 12. And then it's 22. And then it's 12.3. 12.3. And the RA is, the deck is negative 5. Pretty sure. That's 0740. 0748. Alright. Then I hit go to.
Yep.
Alright, go to that, please.
Yeah, and if you click on all sky, we can see where it is roughly.
This is still super cool that I get to do this.
I know, right? I still get a kick out of it too. Just wait till you're in grad school and get to do this with a giant telescope in Hawaii.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
It'll happen.
Alright, I think it stopped. Okay.
So
So,
now, take a picture.
alright.
That's in the camera control. Yep. You got it.
Those,
Probably just, yeah, 10 seconds is fine or whatever.
10 seconds. Anything else I need to turn on? Autosave or no? Anything else I need to turn on or no?
What was that?
Is there anything else I need to turn on? Or...
No, I think you're good. Go ahead.
Alright. Waiting for filter view. I guess that means it's still moving a bit. Not bad.
Yeah, I think it's good. And then you're gonna do pinpoint after this.
Alright.
Pinpoint's under the analyze menu. Once we get the picture up.
Whoa.
Yay, I see stars.
Yay.
Now, one thing I'm noticing immediately is this is a lot more like, oh, that's a little better. Yeah, I was gonna say it looked washed out, but it was just the contrast. So you were already on top of it.
Alright.
I thought it might have been the moon, but
No.
the moon does have like a glow. It like adds sky glow sort of. But yeah, this looks good. This should work.
Photometry or pinpoint astronomy?
Pinpoint.
Pinpoint astronomy. Okay. Remind me again how I do this, please. So we have what we want here. I'm assuming we need to click on a point.
You just have to click process.
Oh. Process. There we go.
Yeah, so you see how it says the actual location in that little box, the RA and deck that it calculated?
Mm-hmm.
It says 1221.47.6.
Yeah, so we're slightly off.
Yeah. More in declination than RA. The deck is the thing that's a little bit off.
Okay. So then here.
Now, this is when you would hit sync. So click sync. Because we just did pinpoint and now.
With solve position.
With the solve position, exactly. Does this look familiar?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you wanted to hit go to again, you could do that now.
Go to, yes. And I'm just gonna exit out. Alright.
And then we'll do a longer exposure of like at least 30 seconds and see what we get. We might end up doing a minute too.
Do 40 seconds. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, kind of off topic, is have you worked with like, regular smaller telescopes before?
Yeah, I've used so a few different ones. That we have little 8-inch Meade telescopes that are used for labs, so I'm very familiar with those. I've also used similar ones that were from Celestron back in undergrad. I used a couple of 14-inch telescopes that were like that. They all had go-to systems. I have used a really like one that doesn't have a go-to system too. Those are tough. Dobsonians. Yeah, I've used a lot. What did you have in mind?
Um, well, I was just checking because we have an old telescope. I don't know what type it is. It's a hand-me-down telescope, but we can never get it to work
Mm.
ever. It's like a regular backyard
So
telescope, but it's supposed to be one, like a really good quality backyard
right.
telescope.
Yeah, what can happen is you can have like the mirrors can sometimes get misaligned and things like that. But sometimes it's just about, learning how to use it. So the first thing I would do is take it out during the day
Okay.
and just point it to the horizon and see if you can see some trees in the distance and if you can focus it. I would try the auto setting on the screen stretch so you don't have to, yeah,
Switch it to
or I guess it's just medium.
medium.
Yeah,
All right. Not sure what that is.
that's a star. That's a
Okay.
bright star.
I'm like, I don't think that's the moon, but so maybe cut down. All right. Yeah, we get the point. Whoa, that was just slightly too
Mhm.
much.
So there may be something there. It's not clear if,
Yeah,
it could be one of those faint little ones to the left slightly.
over here or
Yeah, like
up
one of
here.
those two.
Uh,
Yeah, you had your mouse over it. I think those two,
yeah.
yeah, that one and that one kind of. Um, so I think that we wouldn't really know for certain unless we image it a couple times now and then a couple times in an hour, you know? Uh,
Gotcha.
so, or maybe even just a half hour might be enough. But I would say let's go ahead and maybe let's do a 1 minute exposure because,
Okay. Do you want me to do the pinpoint again?
sure. You won't need to sync again, I don't think, but this will help us make sure that we're looking at where we think we're looking at. Yep. So this is like dead center where it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, slightly
And
off, but not that bad.
and this is the and you can just double check that this is where your target is supposed to be.
Yeah. So RA for 3, which would be 11 our time, is 12, 22, 12.3. I know at 4 it's supposed to be 12, 22, 11.4. Um, deck for 11 p.m. is negative -oh -5, -oh -7, 48. And for midnight it's supposed to be negative -oh -5, -oh -7, 44. So yeah, it's pretty much
Good.
close to center. It should be like right somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it might still be in there. So I would just do a longer exposure.
Uh,
You could even do 90. It might be overexposed. We could try it. I don't know. Is that
Alright.
80?
Yeah, I did. I was at 80, but we can go 90.
Yeah, sure. Let's go wild. Why not?
Why not? It's not gonna
We
break
might
the.
actually start to get some streaking because if the telescope isn't tracking precisely enough,
Mm-hmm.
the stars can shift a little bit during the exposure, if that makes sense. Or even
Yes.
the target, right? I mean, the asteroid potentially
Sure.
could be moving a little bit in that time, but
Maybe if it streaks, then we know which one it is.
yeah, that's right.
Like, oh yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably it wouldn't streak enough in that time for us to notice, but yeah.
How have you been doing? How have you been doing, Dr.
Oh,
Badland?
I've been good. Sorry, spacing out.
You're fine.
Uh, yeah, I've been good. It was a pretty productive day, it felt like, even though I actually still didn't get one long email that I was supposed to get out tonight, but I'll get it out tomorrow. But overall, good. I had doggy training and uh, another meeting thing tonight that was good. So yeah, got the kids to
Yay.
bed at a reasonable hour before I went out to the telescope too. So
That's always nice.
yeah. How are you doing?
Um, it's been a better day, which is nice.
That's good. It's nice when things go up.
I actually got some schoolwork done ahead of time today, so
Good.
that's helpful.
Yeah.
I realized finals are gonna be the week of the 19th instead of the week of the 12th, and so I was really sad by that
Yes.
because I'm leaving
I'm
town June
grateful for
1st.
that too.
Huh? You go ahead.
I was grateful for that delay in the finals as well.
I'm happy, but I'm also a bit upset
Hmm.
because I'm supposed to leave town June 1st. So that
Uh,
means I have like a week and a few days between, end of school and, leaving.
yeah.
So
Right.
that's gonna be.
Can you do me a favor and zoom
Yes.
in on that a little bit?
Which.
Yeah, just you can use your scroll wheel if your mouse has a scroll wheel that should work, or you can do it any number of
There.
ways. Yeah, that's working. Yeah, so go a
Beautiful.
little more in. This looks great, actually. I think this is going to be good. So, and then we're going to just hover over one of those stars and see what the information says about it. Yeah, just hover over that star. Oh, our information window isn't the way I want it. So on the information window on the right, can you just click on that and change the mode to be that little drop down box in the middle? Change that to aperture. Yep. Yeah. Now hover over the star closer to the middle along that same line. Yeah. Cool. So see what the maximum value is?
It's like 4959.
Yeah, so about 5,000. And what does the background look like if you just move off of
Mm,
it? Yeah.
the background, the maximum is
Yeah, so those
4,100
little
ish.
little star guys are about at the limit of what we're picking up. And
Gotcha.
the thing is even if we did a longer exposure, I don't think we're going to get much better signal to noise, so to speak.
Is that it though?
It could be. I
Trying,
don't
I'm
think
trying to
so.
zoom in. There we go. Whoa, there. Whoa.
I don't. I mean, depending on what the magnitude of your target is supposed to be,
It
isn't your
was
isn't it supposed to be like 16 something?
like double check. Show me the magnitude. Which one's the magnitude? Come is that a V? Capital V?
Yes.
That's 14. It's supposed to be 14.7.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So 14, we are looking way too faint then. I think that even those other ones are probably,
These.
I
Like,
guess I don't think those are 14. I mean, just but judging on my experience of taking images of 90 seconds, like those are probably like closer to 18 magnitude. Maybe not quite that.
I mean,
Maybe
like these big ones.
17 or even 16. Yeah, but I think there's no way that's a 14 magnitude. I
Mm,
think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but definitely it's not the faint one.
gotcha.
I think it maybe could be one of the brighter ones, but I think I kind of have a feeling it might even be brighter than that. Uh, but in any case, this is definitely the area that we're supposed to be in if you're reading your chart right. So I would say let's save this image first of all.
Okay. Um, file. Save as. Um, which place should I go? Documents.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I usually save it in the network drive.
Okay.
Network.
Network.
Oh, sorry, it is in this PC. Even though I called it the network drive, you're right. But
PC.
PC, it's the is it G drive and then B diamond.
Alright. Where do you want it?
Go into uploads and let's just create a new folder
Alright.
for tonight's
Uh,
observations.
hey.
Yeah, that's good.
This, this is Anderson. Okay, fine. Okay, there, we see? There. Okay.
Great. I would say we could probably do another one now and save it again. Same thing.
Alright.
And we're just
Um,
gonna keep the same settings for the rest of the night for this object. Yeah, you don't even need to do pinpoint again, I don't think.
okay. Good. Just in case. Okay, it's not that bad. Not that bad.
Oh, I guess we could turn on. Well, yeah,
Mm.
we'll do another exposure first, and then we'll turn on tracking.
Alright, how
Same
long?
time. Yep. So now we're just going to keep the same time because we really want to try and use this as our science data. Um,
Just, let me see if I can zoom out of this picture. Yeah, that's one of the things I might need to invest in is a mouse. Because right now all I have is this touchpad.
oh yeah.
And so trying to zoom in on things. Yeah. There we go. Now we want to zoom out. I think that's probably good enough.
Looks good. So this, you might even be able to notice a difference in the two images if you just watch when it updates. We'll see.
They seem to barely update at all.
Yeah,
I
which is a
feel
good
like
thing.
something here shifted though.
You might have just seen the noise change,
True.
and so that's just like the random variations in the electronic signatures, electronic noise.
Alright. Do you want me to zoom in? Or no?
Uh, I wonder if we can like blink these two,
I mean blink.
like open up,
Oh.
alternate the two. Yeah, like can you open up if you go to just file open? Yeah, yeah, open up the first one. Oh, cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay, now go up to MaximDL and just say file open. So do
Where?
it in the main. Yeah, so yeah, file.
File. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
So now we might be able to blink them. There might be an actual setting to do it. So go to window.
window.
Hmm,
Cascade.
Well, wasn't what I was thinking. Let me see if I can.
Store. Let's try to shift these.
Okay, well, I don't see an easy way to blink them anyway. I was just Googling around a little bit, but yeah, just having them side by side, we might be able to spot a difference, but otherwise we could do it in, let's see. Yeah, can you zoom?
No, not side by side. I'm gonna go out. No. Stay in the middle. Zoom this one in.
Yeah.
Mm, bring you zoom in. Yeah. Let us zoom in again. You seen anything so far? I feel like this thing might have moved, but I'm not sure. You think it would be brighter than that?
Which one?
This thing looks like it's moved.
I think your mouse changed a lot. So what are you pointing at?
I was gonna say, I think this thing where I'm
Oh, something
hovering
up there.
might have
No,
moved.
those are just individual pixels. You should only
Mm,
be looking for like actual blobs of light, if that makes sense.
gotcha.
If it's a single pixel or two, it's almost certainly noise and not an actual star.
What about this one? That seems kind of way off target.
I don't. Oh, that's a hot pixel. That's a single pixel. If you zoom in on that a lot, you would
Yeah,
find it's a single pixel. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. No, so I only see like 6 stars in that whole image, or
This
six
one?
potentials. So that it's kind of like in the shape of a quadrilateral type thing in the
Mm,
middle. Like one, two, three. Yeah, those are all like legit objects. And so those are the ones I'm looking to see if any of those shifted. And that's harder to tell.
yeah. It's not like a grid.
Yeah. And this is where it would be useful to pull it up in, and you don't, I wouldn't do this tonight, but like
Mm-hmm.
after save the images to our Google Drive, like later this week, maybe on Thursday, we can look at it again and see it in Astro Image J. Because when we look at Astro Image J, we'll be able to really tell if there's a difference,
Gotcha.
and we may even use a line.
Do you want me to?
Take another picture.
Not sure. What is it you want me to do next?
I mean, right now we're kind of killing time just to wait for the object to move a little bit, right?
True.
Uh, so we could either just take a picture now, or we could turn on the telescope tracking, although it's probably tracking okay. We probably don't need to worry about it too much. Um, so I guess I would mess with tracking at the very end of the night just to show you what it is. But maybe check what's the timestamp for our first image? First and
Um,
second image. Let me see those.
how do I check timestamp?
Oh, I was just thinking in the files in the Windows File Explorer.
Oh, the.
Down at the bottom, just
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that works too.
okay.
Okay, so they were
4 minutes apart.
only 5 minutes apart,
Yeah.
and now it's been another 5 minutes. So I mean, yeah, you could do one more picture.
Uh, let us find the camera button and start taking a picture.
And then I would save this one.
Mm-hmm.
And well, one thing we could do actually is we could just tell it to automatically autosave every 5 minutes if
Okay.
you want. You want to?
Should I do that now?
Yeah, after this one, we'll go ahead
Gotcha.
and since we already started exposing, why not just let it go? But we can set it up. If you click the autosave button, you can still set it up while it's exposing.
Okay. No, not continuous.
Yeah, there you go.
Autosave.
Yep, and so just click on autosave.
Autosave.
So the file name, you already had a file name you were using, so you can just copy paste that if you want, or retype it.
What was the name?
Whatever you called the files that you were saving.
Oh, gotcha. Um, person. We'll just call it that. All right. I won't do the full thing I did in the
Okay.
pictures.
Sure, yeah, whatever you like.
All right.
And the
Um,
slots is the next thing to look at.
slot one. Um, field. What? What do I need to do?
Filter.
Okay.
R. We're doing everything in R.
Which one's this one?
Exposure.
Is that R?
So it was 90, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one R?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard for me to see.
Yeah, you should be able to zoom in, I think, on your screen, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe it's not easy to do that.
okay. Anything else I need to change? Repeat every.
Yeah, let's repeat it because we don't want to repeat it 300 times. Um, if it takes 90 seconds,
Yeah.
and realistically it takes longer than that because there's like readout time and stuff and like save time. So we'll estimate, say, 2 minutes at the most. It's probably an overestimate. Uh,
Okay.
if it
So
takes 2 minutes and we want to do it for the next, like, we'll say 2 hours. Why not?
that's 60, right?
Hmm?
Okay. Just wanted to double
Yep,
check.
that's right. That's right.
All right, and then I just hit OK.
Uh, no, go to options
Um,
on the right. Yeah. And you need to specify
set.
set image save path. Uploads.
Oh, goes up. Uploads. No. Yeah, we do want it sent to uploads. Yeah. Oh, come on. Don't give me the blue wheel of death. Don't give me the blue wheel of death. Thank you. And 426 token. Alright, and no, I don't want to rename it. And then I hit OK. Okay. So that should work. So then
But more thing to change is right now you have 3 slots selected and you can uh well, I guess it is handy to have the darks in bias. But for the darks make it 90 and
um,
that'll be
and the exposure is 90
yeah,
for the light. Okay.
exactly.
Alright, and then hit
And
OK.
now it's okay.
Alright.
And now go ahead and save this image that you just took because we haven't saved this one. Say version 3 if you like.
Change the time on it. There we go.
Okay, now you
Okay.
go ahead and start the autosave
Um.
under the camera. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's all.
all right.
So now you can see how in that little box in that window that you're just on, the middle box, it says image 1 of 110.
Mhm.
So now you
Um.
know how long it's going to be. It says about 2 hours and 15 minutes,
Gotcha. So.
so you can get a good idea that it's going to be doing this for a while. And go ahead and click on all sky just to make sure that we don't have a pier flip. I don't think we do, but yeah, this is great. So because the target is already on the right side of that blue line of the
Mhm.
midpoint, it
Yeah.
means the telescope doesn't have to do what's called a pier meridian flip. Like it doesn't have to go from one side to the other side of the sky. So that
Got.
means it'll track 2 hours no problem without us having to change anything. It's not going to run into any of the pier and it's not going to go below the horizon or anything. So um so the only thing we need to do now is tell it to auto park and
Okay.
make sure that the telescope will to make sure that I put the pictures up on the Google Drive afterwards in the morning, which I can
Yes.
do remotely. You won't have to log in to do that. And then you can go to bed. Isn't that great? And the telescope's just taking pictures for the next hour or 2 hours for us, and we'll have data to look at. And who knows if there's an asteroid in there or not? We won't know till we see it on
Sure.
Thursday or
Can we
sooner. Look at it.
take pictures while it's taking pictures or no?
Oh, right. Because we were gonna look at the moon, or
Yeah.
what? So the problem is if we shift to the moon now,
Sure.
then we would lose the target position we're in, which could be okay. I mean, it's not hard to get back. But you're right, I didn't think about that. I should have probably had us do that first. But I got all excited.
That's
So
alright.
I'll leave it up to you. It might be a little extra time to stay up and if you pause, go to the moon and come back, we could do that, but it might be about maybe 20 minutes.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If you're fine with it, I am fine with it.
Sure. Sure.
Alright, so then just hit stop.
Yes. So go ahead and do a pinpoint. Go to analyze pinpoint.
Pinpoint process.
And go to telescope and sync this position. Yeah. Okay. And now one more thing. In the
Mm-hmm.
little black arrow next to the sync button,
Mm-hmm.
say load target coordinates, load center of solved image. Yeah. There. That way, when we want to go back to this location, it should get right back to there and it
Okay.
wouldn't be very far off. But now we want to go to the moon, right? So go
Mm-hmm.
to Alt Sky and you can just right click on the big yellow dot.
This one.
For some reason, they make the moon yellow, but
Oh,
people make the sun yellow too, and it's not yellow, so I guess that's okay.
true. Alright, slew to moon.
Yep.
Now, slew is like move to the moon, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll notice it's not going straight towards it because it's
No.
doing this thing that I called a pier flip.
Huh.
So it's rotating in a weird way. And if you watched it, it would make more sense at least.
True. It's probably doing like a full 180. Just,
Yeah.
yeah, let me just spin around it in a circle. Why can't it just, like go the short distance instead of, going all the way around the other way? Is that just how the gears work? That's not like a
It,
360 rotating telescope.
it's not the gears, it's actually what direction the telescope's pointing like itself, like the telescope tube would you don't want the telescope tube to go under itself and like trip itself, so to speak, and
Hmm.
the pier that it's standing on.
I'm trying to visualize how that would happen.
Yeah, you really have to see it.
Yeah.
I assure you it can happen.
From experience.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no.
Yeah,
Oh no. Alright.
there you
So
are. Now
alright.
do like point two, the shortest time you can.
Okay. It's not letting me.
Oh, it's still
Do I do single?
oh yeah,
There we go.
single. You're right.
Alright. Let's
Yeah,
go.
0.2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's
That,
good. 0.0.
it'll probably switch it automatically, but
Alright.
yeah, and
There.
actually,
Oh.
that's I was gonna say you can switch the filter too, but
Oh. I could stop it.
sure.
Whoa. I'm not sure what just happened.
You are looking at a full moon.
That's a full moon.
Yeah,
Let me find the thing so I can.
it's completely overexposed.
Oh my god. It's like zoom. How in the world?
So basically, all the pixels are at their maximum value.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
So, like I said, not much to look at.
not much. Alright, let us. So, what's the way we go back to the.
Just go to the telescope,
Cat?
and you still have the target coordinates in. So you just hit go to.
Oh,
Isn't that handy? That's why I had them saved in there.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That way I wouldn't have to look them up and re-plug them back in.
exactly.
Alright, like, get up the telescope one. Because we're gonna need this. No. We want the spec at 90. And we want that as auto
Actually, do just 30.
30.
You have to still shift the telescope again and do the pinpoint thing,
Oh, true.
but we'll see.
Alright, has it shifted? Not yet.
The other question I would ask you, is there any other target? Did you want to get a try for a different asteroid target tonight? Or you want to stick with this one for the 2 hours? I mean, you don't have to stay up for it. Like I said, you can
Gotcha. You're gonna
but
stay up for all of it?
I wasn't planning to.
Okay.
You're welcome to, but I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too. At least I should go to bed. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. But if there's another asteroid you wanted to try for briefly, we could. But
The other two I have. One is a 16.8 magnitude. The other is a 17.9 magnitude. I'm fine with letting it run the 2 hours, and sorry,
sorry, what was that?
I'm fine with letting it run the 2 hours. I'm fine with looking at one of the other two.
Okay.
Do you have a particular favorite?
Nope. I didn't look at them, so I'm trusting you.
Well then. Oh, let's try the 17.9 one.
Okay.
I think it might actually be in the area. It's 12. Yeah, it's like 12. 30 something for RA. And the deck is +1.
Mm.
But okay, so in the area. Alright, so moving to 4 a.m. that would be. Why are these way off? Why are you way?
You're putting in you're in pinpoint right now. I think you want to be in telescope.
Um, close that over there. Oh, there's telescope. Telescope.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 12, 32, 18. And then it's +1. +0. It's 14, 37. 14, 37. Go to. Alright. Let's start. So how did you get into doing all this sort of thing?
Exoplanets specifically, or just astronomy?
Astronomy.
Um, I think a field trip in the second grade got me interested. Uh, literally just looking up at the stars and finding constellations. That was totally cool. Um, but then I didn't like really stick with the interest for a while. I mean, I still had an interest in science, I'd say, but could not think. Yeah, give it a second. Oh, did you take an image of 30 seconds already?
Yeah.
Can you show me the screen stretch adjusted
Yeah.
to
Whoa. Let's put that
medium?
there. Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
okay.
Alright, fine. Let's just go to medium.
Yeah, click process again then. It should be able to pick that up. Okay, now if you want to do a sync now, you should be able to. Yeah. Okay, now you can hit go to again. And then you can do one more longer exposure. So yeah, go ahead. You hit start. So I really got into astronomy in high school because there was a public observatory that opened up, and they were in our local park, and I just started going there just as a visitor, and I went there like almost every weekend because they were open Thursday through Sunday on clear nights, and this was in California where they like always had clear nights, which was fantastic. And so I went there so often that they just after you go so often they make you a volunteer, and so you get to run the telescopes. And I would just tell people about like what I learned from listening to other people, and then I realized that I needed to learn physics to learn more about the stars, uh, and just yeah, totally fell in love with it.
So was physics, especially college physics, was that like a love for you, or was that more of a I'll do it to learn about stars?
It was the latter, yeah, I would say. But then I did gain an appreciation for physics as I learned more about it, and realized that that is like, you know, the universe. So yeah, yeah. So now I mean I love both, I'd say. And so then in grad school I actually did just high energy particle physics because I didn't know very much about it. And I was like, this is an area I'd like to learn more. So I'm just gonna do my PhD on it because why
Mhm.
not?
Sounds like a fair idea.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't advise it necessarily for everyone. But yeah, cool. You can save this image if you want. There may be an asteroid in there too. I don't know.
Alright, let's see. Oh, what's the name of this one? Oh, it's just called. Uh, yes, I get it. There you go. Yeah, because I know for me, like I love astronomy. Like I will geek out over being able to use this telescope
Uh-huh.
because it's just so fun. But I know for me, physics is kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, yep, gotta suck it up and do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure.
And I remember, like a person that's, the person that I actually talked to you about as somebody we might be able to use for this. Dr. Faulkner, he told me that if I wanted to go into astronomy, I needed to major in physics.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I'm kind of like,
It's true. And you know, there's more than one way about it, I would say. It's engineering is actually a pretty good way to get into astronomy too, depending on like if you really want to get if you're more interested in playing with the telescopes and spending more time with those and being like on the mountain, that actually engineering you might be better off, honestly, in some ways, because you get that hardware experience, you know.
sure,
But doing the science aspect, that's where the physics comes in. And so, yeah, if you're going to try and get observations, you want to use the telescopes to discover something, you know, then you may not actually get to control the telescope. Nowadays you may even just put in a request for someone else to do the observation for you, and then
sure,
they do the observation and just give you the data. And then you just analyze the data and do the slightly less fun stuff. um, but at the same time, it's, you know, there's a lot of joy that comes with that process and that end of it too. So you know, there's a lot of ways, and then there's also people that are just amateur astronomers, and you know, I say just, but
yeah,
really, like I say, it's unpaid professionals. They're amazing what they do, and they can make gorgeous pictures, for example, right? That maybe have no science value, but the art in it is amazing. Or sometimes they do science. You know, there are amateur astronomers that do this same exoplanet research that the other group was doing, and do the asteroid stuff and everything. So you know, all of these are different pathways in astronomy. So don't feel like the physics is, you know, the physics is one of many pathways, and it is the like academic one of, and the one that's like to the discovery side of things. But by no means is it the only way. And so, you know, don't let that be a stopper for astronomy too, I guess is what I'm saying. um, but also don't be too intimidated by it either, because you are capable and you can get there. You know, it may be slow and grueling, and I remember vividly, I remember in undergrad a couple of moments in physics that were brutal, like when I got a exam back that was 32% on a physics exam, which that was rough. I still have that exam. I'm happy to share. Um, and then the other one that I remember is spending like hours with a colleague, uh, with a fellow student on a chalkboard, and we were like, scrambling away to try and solve this problem. And we were like, oh, wait, I think we're getting somewhere. And we're like canceling stuff out on both sides of the equation. And we're like canceling it all out. And then we get down to 0 = 0. We're
Oh
like,
no.
that's not helpful. It's not wrong, but it's not helpful.
Yes.
So yeah, that was also funny. But anyway, so yeah, it's a journey. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Diamond.
Sure, sure. Did you save this image yet? I don't remember if we took
Yes,
one.
I
Good.
did.
We take another one? Why not?
Sure. That was actually very encouraging, so thank you.
Good. No, I can relate for sure. I mean, I really you the secret is you learn the best when you teach. So when you're trying to teach someone else, then you really have to learn it much better. So that class that I got the 32% in, later in undergrad, I became a tutor and then learned it much better. It became one of my stronger subjects. So that was good.
I guess tutoring does have a help for you as well as other people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
I tell you, it's always funny, like, when people will come in with calculus questions. And it's,
Mhm.
like, calculus one. It's not terrible, but I'm still sitting there going, uh... So I'm looking stuff up online because I know, like, okay, my book, if I try to go through my notes that I took, there's too much stuff. So
Right.
it's just funny. Oh, it's slightly shifted.
Good.
Maybe a bit. I'm waiting for this thing to say, you have taken a lot of images.
Mhm.
Like the storage to just suddenly quit on us.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want me to switch it back to
The original target.
the original target?
Yeah, I think that's
Alright.
probably reasonable. We've gotten a couple on here. Um, I don't know if you want to
Mm-hmm.
copy down these target coordinates because we will lose these ones. Well, actually, you know what we can do? I can
Well,
be fair. Excuse me.
bless you.
Um, the sneaky way to do this is
Mm-hmm.
to open an image of the target you want to go to, since we already have it.
Okay. Open. Um, let's go to the most recent.
Now this is a little dangerous because if you accidentally sync to the wrong picture, that messes up the telescope. But we're not gonna sync. We're just gonna use pinpoint.
Alright. Pinpoint.
Oh, try again.
Where did pinpoint go?
I don't know.
Pinpoint, you failed me. There
Toggles.
you go.
Okay, process.
Process.
Okay. So this should be the original target coordinates, right?
Yes.
So now go to telescope and don't sync, but
Mm-hmm.
use black triangle to load the center of solved image. Yeah. Boom.
Alright.
Go to.
And that should at least put us in the area.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So
Makes
now I would,
sense.
just to be extra safe, I would close those other windows so we don't ever get confused as to what one we're looking at, you know? Yeah, just close those, all of those. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, you can close this one too.
Okay, and then we go back to camera. 90 seconds. Autosave. Do I need to go to options?
For what?
For the setting up the 2 hour
You can just,
continuous loop.
it should be already set up, but you can just check in the autosave by just clicking on autosave.
Oh. Alright, that looks
Yeah, looks good to me.
good. Okay. And start.
Oh, wait, stop.
Stop.
Because you don't know if it's in the right position yet.
Oh yeah.
So let's do a single pinpoint, do it again, all that good stuff.
Pinpoint.
But you need an image first.
Ah.
So do
Alright,
a single image.
single.
And you could even be 30 seconds, but
What happens if I put it down? Ah. Nothing. No, we don't want to divide by anything. Thank you for the tips about the telescope.
sure.
I'm excited. I might actually get a telescope to work.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we've had that for years.
It is a little disorienting because it's going to probably be upside down, but
oh, this one?
no, your one, when you look at the horizon,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the trees on the horizon, there'll probably be like upside down trees or twisted sideways or whatever. You don't know what direction they're gonna. They're just almost certainly not gonna be upright like you would expect.
Okay.
The other thing is having the finder scope lined up is very useful, and that's another thing you would do is once you set the telescope. So you set the telescope on the horizon so that when you're looking through it, you see something that you recognize.
Gotcha.
And then once you're on that thing you recognize, you try not to move the main telescope, but you try and adjust the finder scope. The little, usually you probably have a small finder scope attached to it. And so you would adjust that finder scope until the finder scope is centered on the thing you're looking at with the main scope. So you don't move the main scope, you move the finder scope like knobs to try and get it.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. It looks familiar.
Hey.
So let's just pinpoint it. And now we can sync after we pinpoint on this because we just took this picture, right? So whenever we just took a picture, it's fine. It doesn't do any harm to sync to the solved position yet. And then go to one more time just to be safe, although we're pretty much on it, so it's not going to be much difference. And now autosave is fine. Yep. And now it's autosaving for the next 2 hours.
Alright. And then we just, you go ahead.
Yeah, the last thing I would do is set up the auto park feature so that we
Okay.
can not worry about it. So if you minimize MaximDL for a minute, just minimize the window. There's a yellow clock. Not that stuff. That stuff's just the focuser, which is fine. We didn't do anything with the focuser tonight. We could have checked the focus, but I'm pretty sure it looked fine. But go ahead and click connect.
I'm here.
Oh, no, that's config. In the window you just opened. Yeah.
Oh, connect.
Yeah. So now you're connected to the telescope, and we want it to park in 3 hours, 2.5. I don't know. 3 hours. Yeah. There you go. And start your countdown.
There we go.
So now in
That's
3 hours, it'll park, even if we get disconnected or whatever. It's not a problem. And then the last thing I would do, and you just leave that window up and open up a Windows just Explorer window and make sure that the images are saving, that you're getting new images in the directory you expect.
Gotcha. Let me go here.
So right now, those are, oh yeah, there you go. That's the first one.
All right. Oh, there we go. All right.
Now, okay, good. I was worried for a sec because the size was at first too small, but then it went back up to full size. So it was like reading out, so to speak. Um, yeah, you're good now. I mean, one thing, if you want to just peek at Astro Image J, it could be fun to
All
look at that,
right.
but if you want to just go to bed now, that would be also appropriate.
Let me just find which one is next.
Oh, Astro Image J is none of these programs, so we
Oh,
would,
Astromage J. Sorry, I thought you meant Maxim DL.
yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. Okay.
So yeah,
Astromage
you
J.
can click on the Windows button and say Astro Image J, just type it in. Yep. And then just open up. That's fine, allow access. Okay,
Alright.
now file.
Input.
Yeah, it's not really an image sequence. Yeah, just say open. And then go this PC. Yeah. G drive. B diamond. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so I would just open one of those 90-second ones, whichever one is fine.
Alright.
And then open the other one that's most recent. So now do it again. File open. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see if we can. I don't know if we can. We should be able to go to view these both in the same window. Click view. Uh, Actually, no, sorry. In the other window, the main,
Yeah.
main window.
Oh, the main name.
Yeah. Oh, did you close that one or?
I minimized it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so go under the main window and say window. I think there's got to be a way to like load these into the same.
Oh.
Sure, I guess put behind. Let's just see what happens when we do put
That's
behind.
Cascade. Behind. Literally puts the window behind. Tile.
Okay, let's just see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got an idea.
What?
Let's copy the ones. Okay, you can close that window and the other window. Yeah. Now in the Windows Explorer, leave this open.
Mm-hmm.
Astro it can be open, but in Windows Explorer, copy and paste them into the same folder. So the
Um.
very first ones we took,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these ones. So it's just copy, not all of them, because I don't want the MY ones, just the Airson ones. Yeah, copy those ones and move those just into that other folder.
All right.
Good,
And
good, good.
then do
Now you can do file, load, import image sequence. Yeah, that's it. And just any of these is fine. Just click one.
get them in order.
Yeah,
There we
it'll pull in all of them now, which is fine.
go. Use virtual stack.
Sure. I don't think it matters too much. Yay, now they're all in the one stack. So now if you press play,
Oh, sure, I can just hit play. Imagine that.
yeah.
I feel like
Interesting.
that thing's moving.
Well, the whole image is moving,
Yeah.
but that's because press pause. The exposure's different. So shift over, yeah, here. So go to, can you click the slider on the bottom
Um.
and just widen that? See that? No, underneath is the exposure slider.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. There you go. A little less. Yeah, that's fine. And then, yeah, so you see how it shifts a little bit,
Yeah.
everything.
No. Oh.
So we kind of need to align them. Click on the align button. Let's just see what happens.
Uh,
There's
where's
a,
the line button?
it's right in between the, next to the target. There's a little colored icon in the middle, a little to the right, right. Yeah, a little more right. Yeah.
Fine. Stack aligner.
Yes. Yeah, just click OK.
Okay.
It'll probably ask you to click on a star, so just click on a star. Yeah.
There's a star.
And then click on a couple more stars. Bright ones is better.
Alright. There's a bright one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bright one. There's a couple bright ones.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's one.
Sure. All right, just hit enter. That should be enough.
And okay, I'm not sure if that did anything in that. Should I try playing it now?
Uh, yeah. Well, it should do it automatically when you hit enter.
No signal.
Okay, it lost C2. So that star, it lost where it was. So yeah, click on that one.
Oh, why not they or do I have to do the line again? Alright, I hit enter.
Yeah.
So let's see if it does anything.
We might have to use the WCS, the World Coordinate System pinpoint type thing. Oh, it says it's saved. Good. It's
Right.
happier.
So now I can hit play.
Now you actually have to close this window and reopen the aligned ones.
Okay.
So file, import, yeah, aligned, the top. Yep. Now hit open. Yeah.
Okay.
So now if you press play, it should be aligned. Ah, that's not aligned at all. I don't know what they were thinking.
Nope. All right, you.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll get it. And actually, frankly, the first ones aren't as important because we're gonna have an hour of pretty well lined up data, I think.
Yeah.
And even if we don't, we can use the WCS, the pinpoint, to line them up afterwards. So that'll be Thursday's project.
All right.
Yep. Sounds good. And we're still taking data and we can go to bed. I think we're happy.
All right. I
Any other
will.
questions?
Not that I know of. I don't need to do anything else with the virtual computer, right?
Nope. Just leave it on. I'll shut it down in the morning.
All right.
Cool. Just double check that I did shut it down like before the rain comes.
Okay.
Just as a reminder. If you
Yeah.
ask, that's helpful. It's always good to have two people check in.
Like Dr. Diamond, did you close the computer and put away the telescope?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And can you copy those images when you look at them? It's helpful.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Thanks for chatting and hanging out, and I'll save this recording too somewhere.
All right. Thank you,